Hi, here I am in the Thar Desert in Rajasthan, and we've just been involved in a World Expeditions community project repairing a school in Jumba village, and we're now on a camel safari. And this has all been a part of the worldnomads.com travel scholarships, and I'm joined by David Wardell, who is the recipient of the Travel Documentary Scholarship for 2008. And we're also joined by Trent O'Donnel, who's a filmmaker and producer and the mentor for this travel scholarship program. So David, tell us a little bit about your experience so far. We've just spent 4 days on a community project in Jumba village, and we're now on a camel trek.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me how the experience has been for you so far and what sorts of things you've been shooting.
It's been great. Well, we spent the first week doing some sightseeing in parts of India, Rajasthan mainly. There I shot lots of sort of colour, I guess, just all the sights and people going around, a little bit of the group that I'm with on tour. But I guess the main part of it for me has been the community project and being in Jumba village, and now here on the camel safari. I talked to a few people in Jumba village about the village itself and about the project.
Yeah.
And just to get a bit of an insight into that.
And so what types of access have you had to people in the community that you might not have had, I guess, if you were just travelling in here by yourself as part of the scholarship, giving you the access to the community? How has that changed things?
I think it's changed things a lot, actually. First of all, just getting to Jamba, I think, if you were travelling independently would be a bit of a hard task, and being there with a purpose certainly opened a lot of doors. And our tour leader on the trip has been great in being able to translate and talk to people who perhaps don't speak English. I don't speak Hindi or Urdu, so that's made it tricky.
Yeah.
But it's been fantastic.
And we've been joined on the project by Trent O'Donnel, who's the filmmaker and who's been working as your mentor. So how have you found that experience, being able to be on location, making your documentary, and be able to have someone like Trent to help you along? How have you found that experience?
Teaching you so much. You've learnt so much, haven't you?
Absolutely. No, that's been great. It's been, I think just to sort of hone the ideas, and I had lots of ideas before I came, but to sort of, help shape them into something that I might want to make. That I have been making has been really helpful, and tips on using the camera, and
it's mainly been story
technique
stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Because David's pretty technically, he's very good. He knows exactly what he's doing, but it's just been kind of together brainstorming and working out what the best stories are in the village, and sort of trying to overcome things like there's some great characters, but they're often not very good on camera, and sort of ways to get around that and kind of try to make the best story, I guess, that we can.
And so how have you found the experience, Trent, as being a mentor? You're obviously making a documentary yourself here, so you're wearing two hats of making that and also working as a mentor. So how does that work for you?
It's been really good and pretty easy, and pretty, it's sort of just worked itself out, really, because I think David and I both got pretty similar ideas about the things we want to do. We just sort of, we're more working together, really. I can give him some experience from having done these things a few times before, but he's also shot stuff where he's travelled around, in sort of remote areas, particularly in South Australia and Northern Territory. So it's really just, for me, I sort of focus on getting my documentary, but also trying to help David, I guess, get something that's sort of different, but equally kind of engaging.
Yeah.
And it's nice just to have someone like-minded, to kind of just throw ideas around and try to come up with things that are going to, be the interesting things to cover.
Yeah.
You sort of do tend in areas like this where everything is so, from coming from Australia, you're tempted to point the camera anywhere and just start filming, but to kind of get past the colour and the beautiful images and try to get a bit of a storyline through it is kind of the main challenge. And so we really just kind of throw those ideas around, and most nights talk about what we've shot today and what we're going to try and shoot tomorrow. And so it sort of feels, particularly with David being technically very proficient, it feels like a collaboration a lot of the time as well.
Well, that must work well. And so, David, can I ask you, firstly, why you applied for the scholarship, and I guess now that you're here, how you think that might help you in the future and what you'd like to achieve through the program?
I applied for it because it just looked like a great opportunity. You know, you get to come to India, make a film, you know, have support of someone like Trent.
Yeah.
And the National Geographic's name,
Yeah.
you know, being on board as well.
National Geographic Channel, to be broadcast on that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And what I hope to gain, I guess, for me it was, well, it's to, you know, more experience, I guess, another sort of feather in my cap, as I say. You know, also to make contacts with people like Trent and yourself, and you know, to come and see India.
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
Yeah.